Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Tiravanachari Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Sodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You started? Huh? You started?
It works. There's Wi-Fi now. Internet.
It's now.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we read from the first canto, chapter 2, text 17, Divinity and Divine Service. Shinvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyantasto Yapatrani Vidonoti Surit Satam Shinvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyantasto Yapatrani Vidonoti Surit Satam. Please chant. Shinvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyantasto Yapatrani Vidonoti Surit Satam. Shinvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyantasto Yapatrani Vidonoti Surit Satam. Matachis. Shinvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridyantasto Yapatrani Vidonoti Surit Satam. Shinvatam, those who have developed the urge to hear the message of Svakata, his own words, Krishna, the personality of Godhead, Punya, virtues, Shravana, hearing, Kirtanaha, chanting, Hridi anta sta, within one's heart, he, certainly, Abhadrani, desire to enjoy matter, Vidonoti, cleanses, Surit, benefactor, Satam, of the truthful. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Param Atma, super soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtues when properly heard and chanted. Purport. Messages of the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, are none different from him. Whenever, therefore, offenseless hearing and glorification of God are undertaken, it is to be understood that Lord Krishna is present there in the form of transcendental sound, which is as powerful as the Lord personally. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his Shikshastaka, declares clearly that the holy name of the Lord has all the potencies of the Lord, and that he has endowed his innumerable names with the same potency. There is no rigid fixture of time, and anyone can chant the holy name with attention and reverence at his convenience. The Lord is so kind to us that he can be present before us personally in the form of transcendental sound, but unfortunately we have no taste for hearing and glorifying the Lord's name and activities. We have already discussed developing a taste for hearing and chanting the holy sound. It is done through the medium of service to the pure devotee of the Lord. The Lord is reciprocally respondent to his devotees. When he sees that a devotee is completely sincere in getting admittance to the transcendental service of the Lord and has thus become eager to hear about him, the Lord acts from within the devotee in such a way that the devotee may easily go back to him. The Lord is more anxious to take us back into his kingdom than we can desire. Most of us do not desire at all to go back to Godhead. Only a very few men want to go back to Godhead. But anyone who desires to go back to Godhead, Sri Krishna helps in all respects. One cannot enter into the kingdom of God unless one is perfectly cleared of all sins. The material sins are products of our desires to lord it over material nature. It is very difficult to get rid of such desires. Women and wealth are very difficult problems for the devotee making progress on the path back to Godhead. Many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when one is helped by the Lord himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. To become restless in the contact of women and wealth is not an astonishment, because every living being is associated with such things from remote time, practically immemorial, and it takes time to recover from this foreign nature. But if one is engaged in hearing the glories of the Lord, gradually he realizes his real position. By the grace of God, such a devotee gets sufficient strength to defend himself from the state of disturbances, and gradually all disturbing elements are eliminated from his mind. End of purport.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Jai Gauranga. Thank you all for coming. Vanchakalpatriyabhyascha kripasindibhyaya vacha patnam pavanibhyo vaishneva namaha. Nama Vishnupadaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namni Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachanya Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarne. Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki. Please excuse me, I'm speaking very hardly because of my injury. My name is Eka Chakra Nitai Ram Das. I came from Slovenia, from Nava Yoga Pita, lovely temple of Panchatattva, and I'm so pleased and happy that I'm here. I mean, it's a miracle that I'm here. It's arrangement of Lord Nrsimhadeva. So it has meaning that I'm here. So I want to tell my story, what happened with me 2017. So please be with me with your heart, not with your mind, because mind is reckless. You know, it goes away immediately. So these words I will tell you, come from Srila Prabhupada, which visited me in Coma. Yes, 2017, I went from India, home in Slovenia. Then 1 week ago, I suffered a very, very strong brain attack. I mean, this aneurysm, I don't know if you know. My brain exploded in the head and flows my brain, so they put me in the coma. And actually, I was, that day, it was Monday, I was trying to go to the job, and I was almost open my door of the car, but some boys told me, no, go back to rest. I went back to bed, and then I wake up a few hours later like this, like melted, like a vosak, who said it, vosak? Like candle, you know, this material of candle. I was like this one. So actually my half of body was paralyzed. I was taken immediately in the hospital. They opened my head, like you see, and they put me in the artificial coma. Then things happened. Shri Prabhupada came to me And this is something I cannot explain with my words. It was totally out of this world. I was somewhere where there was no time. Kala was not affected on me or anything. I passed through times, through some levels. I see things which is unbelievable. And actually, I think that I was get out of my body because they plugged me in the machines that I can breathe. Actually, I was totally so. Then Prabhupada appears and said, "It's okay." When he came, I feel so much love. It was unbelievable. So there was no, in this statement where there was no time, there was no people, there was no family, no kids, no nothing, just Prabhupada and me. And I asked him, "Prabhupada, please tell me, what can I do for you, for devotees, for a movement?" He said, "You just give example, because you cannot do nothing. You could do nothing because they cannot hear you. They hardly hear me, so they will not hear you. Just give an example. Maybe some will find some soul who will be sincere and honest to follow your example, like they do my example." So we talk about a lot of things, even in history. So Srila Prabhupada told me, because I like history, I always read a lot of books, especially Second World War, and he told me that this was Krishna plan, that Allied win, because otherwise Krishna consciousness could not spread in the world, because in those times there was a lot of totalitarianism, like fascism, Nazism, and this communism. So it could not spread in those type of totalitarianism. So this was Krishna plan to spread through America. And then he told me about holy name. That it's so important that we know that. He said that we don't aware actually that how much faith. That we have to have faith in the holy name, because it multiplies by 1,000 times, and nobody can resist it. When people hear holy name from the person who have faith in holy name, it multiplies by 1,000 times. So actually, it falls down like a trees. They cannot resist, and I think that we all cannot resist holy name. That's why we are here. That's my opinion, because when I entered in the Krishna consciousness, I was 18 years old, young boy, and I'm looking for not new religion or new movement, because I could follow my parents. But when I came in touch with Srila Prabhupada, I feel this love, this divine love. That's what I'm looking for. I think you are the same like me. So people are unhappy, they're looking for love, so we should give them love through holy name. And this is our only weapons. He said to me that between hell and this world and these people are only holy name and devotees. So this is our only weapon. So holy name and our faith in it. And he told me that if we stand together, because we are all family, there is no boundaries between us. There is no European, Asian, American, German, Slovenian. We're all brothers, sisters in the same path. Gathering in holy name. In this moment, ISKCON, this is Prabhupada wish that we all stand together. And he said, if we stand together and we help each other, Krishna will provide us everything, will give us everything, what we need. It's manpower, people, financial, whatever we need. We just have to stand together. I know this is quite hard in these times, in ISKCON, I know, but we can do it. We can, because it's everything about love. Whatever we do here, it's about love. So this is the main point in our life, to develop love to each other. And then we can then we can develop love to Krishna. This is how can I say? This is the test. Krishna gave us test. So before we can reach to Krishna, we have to develop relations between each other. This is the main point. Otherwise, we cannot do it. I hope I said correct. I mean, I hope you understand me. I speak very hardly. Am I reasonable? I mean, do you understand me? Okay. And then, this conversation between me and Prabhupada was not like in material form, it was on a higher level. So actually, like I saw a hologram, whatever he taught, I saw a hologram. I didn't have to say anything, I just saw and he understand. And this is the opposite side. And then he talked about bhakti country, bhakti state. He said that we urgently need to establish one free zone, spiritual zone in Europe. And he showed me that a few temples in the center is Panchatattva, then in the south is Jagannath, Croatia, and Gornita is Zagreb. Then west and east are east is Krishna Volga, Radha Krishna, and the west is Radha Krishna too in Vrindavan, if I say correct. And in the north is Nrsimhadev, who protects all Europe. This is not only temple, this is fortress. This Sri Dham Simhachalan. So, and then, he said that it's not about some scattered farms. We have to, because we are behind schedule, we are late about some things. We should think about global like he does. Prabhupada doesn't think about himself or just India. He thought about all world. He put all world together in one roof. So this is ISKCON. So we should follow his steps to think globally, to think that we have to all get together, do something more, connect each other, connect temples and farms. So actually, every country would have at least one farm, and then make it system, because we have all intelligence here. There's so smart people in the ISKCON, unbelievable. Just we need to open our heart to each other, faith. Otherwise, it will be very hard. Because those systems we live in, this demon system is progressing more and more. You can see yourself what happened in the world. They're becoming stronger and stronger. So we have to not get in divide like we do usually, but getting together. Try to put our selfish thoughts and wish aside. This is divine. This is divine. I mean, this is devotional service. Love means that we put our wishes. We put front wishes of other people. So what Krishna wants, what my friend wants, my Gurudev wants, my Prabhupada wants, that is the more important. Not what I want. Jai Srimad Ki Jai. So we have everything we need. We have intelligence, we have manpower, and Krishna will provide us everything. Just we have to stand together. We have to forgive each other some bad things, whatever we've done. And do a lot of devotional service to each other. Just serve. This is because this knowledge will not get through head, through mind. It go through heart. So it's like a seed. we all have a seed in our heart, seed of devotional service. Just we have to pull of water. Water is devotional service. And then everything will starting to grow. Understanding, love, compassion to each other. So this is the word I have to tell you about what Prabhupada showed me. And then I think that I left the body and I was totally frozen. I was like in ice. And then our dear Lord Srimad came. He was. This is really not. You cannot explain with word. Even you see now how it's beautiful. But when he came, it was such. I can find the word. But he was garlanded by flames. And it was like when you're frozen and you stand near fire, then it's warm, you know. And he hugged me and he bring me back. And he showed me some horrible things. When I was with him, like I said, it was like a hologram. And he said that he was so angry. His eyes was, you know, like fire, red. But he was not angry on devotee. He was angry on those demon rascals, what they do. Actually, he said that they're more rotten than Hiranyakashipu. Their conscience is like cockroach, like virus. Especially, he showed me what they do about genetics. It's horrible. They're building a bio army, and I found the movie yesterday in internet. What they do now, the woman will not get pregnant like usually. They will get artificial embryos. They already do it now, and he's so angry. And then. I mean, I don't want to talk about these things because they are so horrible, but we have to stand together quickly as possible to believe in holy name and go spread holy name to the people because they need it. They wanted us. Maybe they don't show, but they I remember when I go in Harinam in Slovenia, I see people, how they are frustrated, how they wanted us. They're happy. You can see in their eyes. Maybe their mind doesn't show that. And sometimes they look like they're unpleasant, but I see that they're happy, become happy when they see devotees. They cannot hide those happiness. So we have to continue our fight because we are the less fighters. Devotees are less fighters in this world. Nothing can save this world. Only holy name and devotee. And behind is our Prabhupada and, of course, our Lord Nrsimha. So, because he will give us this fearless. I mean, we will become fearlessness. He's here. So I'm sorry, I'm speaking very very hardly. So I hope I make some points. That our faith in holy name will solve all things. Will make us strong. Will make us better. Our family will grow. There's so many people who are eager to hear us, to see us. So just don't quit. Just continue to fight. Just continue to Harinam, Sankirtan. We will reach some point where people will starting to join us in a mass. We just have to continue what we're doing and believe and to help each other. So in the end, Krishna will prevail. So, and holy name. So those words are like a seed in your heart. It will starting to grow. And you will then later tell the youngest generation. So just don't quit. Just keep fighting. Just keep doing what Prabhupada gave us. I think this is the best thing ever happened in this world to Prabhupada. Prabhupada came to the West. Thank you very much. I think I hope I reached your heart. Just find your faith, because you have faith in the holy name. Just you have to find it inside your heart. Just go deep inside. Hare Krishna, Jai Gauranga, Jai Shri Prabhupada, Hari Bol.
Any questions, maybe?
Yes, if you have questions, please. Maybe you will help me to continue.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much for your for sharing your intense experience, very unusual experience, and I think
Very,
it's
very unusual.
of course.
You know, I'm not important. Me and my name are not important. It's just important this message I give it to you. I don't
And
know what.
I think you're very fortunate that you had this experience, and it's very good that you share this because it gives faith to the devotees also. And I will share this also what you told that in my preaching. I think it's very valuable. This is why I came. I wanted to hear what you have to say, that I can also tell it others, because I have some people who are like new, and to tell them that this is real. It's not just some faith or book, whatever. So anyway, so thank you for that. So I have many questions actually, but so
Please.
first is, so when you saw Prabhupada, was there like an introduction, or when you told that, I thought, how are you communicating, which language? But then you said there was no language. It was what? So he spoke Slovenian.
No, it was unbelievable. It was sub-occupation. I don't know why, but probably because my first contact with Prabhupada was through sub-occupation books. But actually language doesn't matter. But it was unbelievable that whatever he taught, I saw on like hologram. It's like a science fiction movie. And when I something to ask him in my thoughts, he understand immediately.
So, but your thoughts were then in Serbo-Croatian.
No, just he was speaking Serbo-Croatian.
He was speaking
Yeah,
Serbo-Croatian.
I was speaking Slovenian probably.
You were speaking Slovenian.
Yeah.
So, but you were thinking Slovenian.
Actually, I was taught Slovenian.
Taught Slovenian, and he could understand, and he communicates through like this holographic. So his words in Serbo-Croatian took on like a form or something, so you could understand it better, clearly.
Actually, the words became pictures.
Yeah,
It was totally different level.
yeah.
So even the Prabhupada, it was shining it was like a gold, like a sun. You know this song of George Harrison, "Here Comes the Sun." He was like a sun.
But he was
Shine.
dressed in like a sannyas robe,
Yeah,
and like we
he
know
was,
him.
He was sannyas, of course,
And shining.
but different sannyas. He was shiny sannyas, like Gauranga.
And what about your form? Could you perceive your, because it
I
was,
didn't see my form.
you were just
I was just
conscious.
consciousness.
Yeah.
That's the point. I was just consciousness. So
Yeah.
I was somewhere. I don't know where I've been. I was somewhere where there was no time, no limits. It was everything. You know, there was no my kids there, no my parents, no nothing. My friends, just Prabhupada and me. In that point, it was even when Nrsimhadeva came. It's just I and Nrsimhadeva, nothing else. I was totally naked before him, and that's the point. So yes, but when the most important is that in that kind of state, it's only feelings, nothing else. Nothing. There's no boundaries, no nothing, no anarthas, just me and Prabhupada, and my feelings, my thoughts about him, because I really love this person. I mean, actually, because of him, I stay in Krishna consciousness. There were so hard times for me. I mean, all of us have hard times in this moment. Many of my generation quit, but not quit. I mean, their devotional study is not quit, just they're on pause or something. How can I say? Because it's actually this is Sanatana Dharma. It's never end. Our devotional study never end. Just sometimes it's stopped a little bit because we have to grow, and then we continue. You know, and we grow in pain, and we flourish or bloom when everything is okay. It's very happy. But we grow in pain, so.
But you said you had. How long were you in the coma actually?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
But it lasts like forever. I think it's all eternity. Actually, I didn't want to change this. I didn't want to wake up. I mean,
You didn't want to come back.
I didn't want to come back. I didn't want to stay there. It was all love. That's what I'm talking about. Everything what we do is all about love, because people, we are particle of Krishna. Krishna is love. And we need that love. We want that love. We eager that love. That's why we are here. We came from different religions, Christian, Catholic, Orthodox, Muslims. But we are here because we want love, we want feel love, we want to be with Krishna and love.
And you were 6 weeks in the coma, but how long? Was there any experience of something else than this experience with Prabhupada? Or the conscious experience? I mean, you were 6 weeks in coma, and the only conscious experience you had was this episode with Prabhupada and the Singadev, or you were also in between, like alone or something else?
I know that I'm traveling through time. I see little form. I see my previous lives. But the most important is everything. It happens. It's about feelings. You know, I understand the demon mentality. I was probably in the past. I was in some form of body where I don't know the word. Just a second. Excusity. Experience, yes, experience. It's all about experience. We are here. I mean, actually, the soul is in the material world to experience things. Otherwise, cannot go back. If we not, this world will Krishna fulfill our wishes to get experience. That we understand who we are, what we are, and what we need. So, I want to return what Prabhupada said to me, that we are not convinced people with knowledge, we will convince people with our behavior. That's the main important. So, you know, because in this age, in Kali Yuga, people are spiritually lazy. They so hardly understand. So we need to give them prasad. This is the best secret agent we have. And it cleans our hearts. Because knowledge in this, you know, people are actually they contaminated with everything. They have so much knowledge, so much philosophies. It's hardly to get. I mean, of course, they will accept it later, but first they have to feel this love through prasad and through holy name. Then they can reach philosophy. I mean, you can see from yourself when you enter. I mean, first you want to prasad and you want to sing or something to get connected with devotee, then philosophy. Maybe, I mean, we are not the same. Maybe, I mean, some of us like to reach knowledge more than others. But mostly is, you know, prasad in holy name.
And then you said that Prabhupada said we are behind schedule.
Yes, we are late. I mean, we have to do, we forgot to do things like bhakti care. Bhakti care is the most important things in the moment. I said that, like I said, Krishna said that if we stand together to each other, to get along, to be good each other, Krishna provides us everything what we need. So bhakti care is the first things we should starting to develop. Bhakti care with each other. Because people, bhakti care. Because people will see, those people are loving, I want to join them. Of course, we have the highest philosophy, but people wanted simplify things. So love, gentle, but they look us, you know, they look us like in the horoscope and this periscope, you know. So how we treat each other. If they see that we treat each other bad, wrong, they will not join us. They will say, oh, I don't want to be part of this. I want to be somewhere else. Because they need love. They want love.
So
it's all about love.
When you said we are behind schedule, you mean this was the main point, that we fix our relationships and our kind of spiritual attitude. So it didn't mean how to, projects or...
Projects, yes. Projects, I mean these farms.
That also.
Farms, bhakti care, yes. We should doing a lot earlier. But I don't know what happens. I mean, I think that we give more on knowledge, you know, Bhakti Shastras. And that's everything. This is good. This is perfect. Bhakti Shastras is good, but we should more doing about relationship between each other, because actually here we developing relation to Krishna, to Lord. So you can read Bhagavad Gita 100 times, but if you do not apply this knowledge in your practical way, it's useless. No, you can read it all constantly, non-stop, but if you don't apply in your practical way your life, what's the use of the knowledge? This is the point of knowledge that we implement in our practical life. So we read, okay, we can read in the Shastras, we can develop love to each other, but how can we do it? Only by devotional service. This is the water and other supplements for growing of bhakti.
And when the Singadev came, was the Prabhupada left and then the Singadev came, or they were?
He was beside. He was how can I say? He was. He said that you shouldn't worry. Everything's okay. I was peaceful when he was beside me, because the Srimad was so angry. Oh my God.
So Prabhupada said to you, don't, because the Singadev was so heavy.
He was so angry.
And you were a little bit afraid.
I was afraid, but
and then you saw
I understand
Prabhupada
that
and said it's okay.
he said he's not angry on devotees. He's angry on this system, this demoniac system, these rascals, what they do. Because there were some people, I don't know, I don't recognize them. There were two couple beside me. I don't know, maybe they represent something. I wanted them to help me because I was so freezing. I was freezed to pain. It was painful for me.
But when did this freezing start? Not when we were with Prabhupada. When we were with Prabhupada, you had this frozen feeling, or when did this come? Or
I think so, yes.
But then you were conscious suddenly that you have this pain.
I think actually I was separated with my body. So I was still with my body. That's I feel this frozen pain. But then I started to lose this pain, and like I was left in the body. And then Nisimdev came. Starting to it's coming to me and hug me. It was not burning. It was hot. It was warm. It was so gentle, so nice. His hug was something more soft I ever feel in my life. And he was so beautiful. Despite he was angry, he was so beautiful. Those things cannot explain with words. So those levels are really unbelievable. Like Prabhupada, And many times in my life, I try to imagine how it would be if Prabhupada will come again to visit us. And that's happened. Actually, Krishna fulfilled my wish. And the doctor said that I was only crying 6 weeks. I was just crying. My tears flowing down. Of course, I didn't aware that, but later they told me that whatever they tried to do to me to wake me up, I was just crying. Every contact I have with somebody, my tears starting to flow. I cannot explain that, but probably it's because of Prabhupada and Singadev.
Can you explain more about Singadev, how he looked? How big was he in comparison to you and the Prabhupada, which color he had, or dress? Or you can
the Lord is immeasurable. I cannot tell you the height or weight, but I can, everything is in that state level where I was. It's all about feelings. I can explain you about how I felt. It was no boundaries. It was nothing. I know that he was garlanded by flame. Like he had garlands now, but it was garland of flame. And he was so beautiful. He was angry, but every little detail in his was so beautiful. It's unexplainable. Sorry, I'm so sorry that I cannot explain you, but most important, what I felt when I saw him, it was felt peaceful, joy, happiness, laugh, love. This state of, there was no pain, no fear, no nothing, what we are experiencing here, in this material state.
And he showed you about the demons, you said, but why do you think he showed you more details about what's going on behind
I don't know. That I don't know. I'm here. I don't know why I'm here, but probably I'm here because I have to tell you. you are his devotees here, so it's not coincidence that I'm here to tell you. I could tell anyone else. I mean, there were so less devotees who want to hear that story, unfortunately. Now I'm the first time to speak this in public. There are some devotees in Slovenia and Croatia who wanted to hear this story. And when I was telling them, they were starting to connect things. They say that something is in this. Actually, I don't know why, but it happens. It just happens. So
Actually, when did you wake up from coma? How long are you back now, actually?
my stroke was 27 of March. Then probably 1 week later, they put me in coma. Otherwise, I would not be here. It's a method. It's a system. And then they said to me 6 weeks. So it was June. In June.
2017.
Yeah, 2017. We went in India. I went in India in February 2017. It was my one biggest wish to see holy city of Mayapur Dham, because my Gurudev, I stationed there, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, and my wish fulfilled. And there, it was 13th of March. I get initiated on Gorna Purnim in Mayapur. So then, 20th of March, we flew back to Slovenia, and 27th, I get stroke. Everything makes so fast, you know. I just know that I knew some things. I just remember a few moments. A lot of things vanished from my head, like it was never happened in my life. But I remember that I want to go to work, and some voice told me, no, go rest back. And when I wake up, I was like this, you know. I mean, I didn't see that, but my girls told to me that I was like a melted candle. And of course, I cannot describe this feeling when half a body is paralyzed. Maybe you can remember when you wake up sometimes in your head, your arm is not listening to you. It's like sleepy. So that's what's my half a body. But now I feel my body is painless now. I don't feel it, but it's pain. I feel the pain 10 times more than you do. So I don't feel gentle touch. I just feel cold, hot, like too much hot. It's pain, like pain. It's too much hot. It's too cold, I feel pain. So I realize that this body is actually total coma, because for one little pleasure, you get so much pain. And we are eager we put a lot of energy into just feel a little pain of this body, because this pleasure. So actually, we are prepared for little pleasure to get so much pain. It's actually funny, but because soul wants to enjoy all the time, because its original state is pleasure with Krishna all the time. So we all enjoy this bliss and joyful. So we want to reach this same statement in this material world, but it's not possible. So we do many stupid things. People are even try to kill people to feel this enjoyment, little pleasure, material pleasure. So, but this pleasure, when I feel with Prabhupada, and it's not measurable. It cannot. I mean, all the pleasure in this world, material world, it cannot be equal to just a little bit of pleasure of what I felt with Prabhupada. And so probably Krishna shows me this Sachitananda state. There's no word to express myself. But the point is that we have to continue what we're doing. We have to, when I say we are become schedule, I think that we all will go through some catharsis to rebuilding our system. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Krishna will send us new generations will do it, but we have to starting to do with this plan that Prabhupada wants, that we have to establish this zone, this country, bhakti state. We have to get more, because this system, demonic system, will make us every year, in the future, more difficult for us. For now, we are not threat to them, but when they will show us the threat, they will start to attack us more and more. So we have to took this advantage and spread this whole name. And most of all, we have to show people our behavior. Like Prabhupada said, you will not convince people with your philosophy, but with your behavior with each other, how you treat each other, how you love each other. It's the same like, children. They look parents how they behave, how they treat them. Like in Gita, Krishna said that small people always follow big people. So we are in this verse, we are the big people. So we show people how we have to treat each other, how we have to love each other. So they follow us, like we follow Prabhupada.
My last question. I think I occupied the microphone. I'm sorry. I will give it to someone.
Did I answer your question, or because
one question I had? Did Nrsingadev show you something more about the future? What will come? How will manifest?
Yes. This is horrible. Actually, I found some little video. I will show you. He showed me that actually, that in the future, they starting to build facilities under the sea. Facilities, these bio robots, persons. How can I say? Like clones, They're making wars between each other, all the time. In Kali Yuga, they make 12,000 wars in 5,000 years. So they divide people and they're making each other wars. So, but now they understand that we have this, because they know, they actually know this knowledge. They read this knowledge. They actually they know everything, but they just turn this knowledge to their, agenda. Not to making law, but making good for them, not for us. So they want to substitute us with these bio-robots, because they know that we have Paramatma inside. And they want to, our biggest wish is to control. They want to be like Krishna. And they're eager to make this agenda, to control us. And this is one of things to control us. If I don't put battery out, they hear everything, they see. It's like Big Brother, And these networks actually kill ours. Maybe you heard that. They want to reconnect us from the soul, from the Paramatma. Of course, they cannot do that, but they try it. They actually all the time disturbing us to connect to the Krishna, all the time, with news, with wars, with everything they do, and even with this. So everything, when we switch this off, when I go sleep, I always switch off, because they constantly, they put a signal, their signals, their mantras. So we're healing ourselves with holy names. So much as more we sing, much more we heal our body, our soul, and ourselves, like soul. These connections. We make this connection with Krishna more bigger, more strong. And they do exactly opposite what we do. So disconnected from Krishna, disconnected from nature. We can see in our way of life how we're living. They don't want totally disconnect us from nature, from Krishna. how we live, how we sleep, how we eat. But Prabhupada give us exactly what we need, this healing process of living. So simple living, high thinking. Actually, if we are precise and try to see what Prabhupada said, actually it was whole encyclopedia of Prabhupada. He gave us all things, how to doing things, how to properly doing things. We don't need anything else, just what Prabhupada said. So, sorry, sometimes I lost myself. This is my injury. You know, I lose the point. Sorry, but I think you understand that. What I want to tell that.
Yeah, thank you. That's
Actually, this.
someone else wants to ask a question.
Someone else want to ask me a question?
Yeah.
Yes,
Bro,
please.
thank you so much for sharing with us. How was it for you when you woke up? Like, could you remember everything immediately, or what was your, how do you felt about it? Like, I want to change now. I want to, like, what was going on inside you when you woke up?
First of all, I was so lost, because this between material world and the world where I was, it is. I mean this subtle body. Probably it was my subtle body. So I was lost. But I remember something. They say that in Vedas, he said that when we get out of the body, the last sense is hearing. Eyes will shut down. Taste shut down. But the last sense is hearing before we left the body. So I remember that I didn't see anything, I didn't feel anything, I didn't smell anything. I just hear when they talk, doctors and. So those people who are in coma, they should speak to them because they hear everything. They're not dead, they're just hearing. Maybe they don't feel, they don't see, but they hear. And this is true, what Veda said, that the last sense is hearing. So, and that's probably so important, Shravana. That's my opinion. I hear them, they talk about, they actually, but it was so actually, they talk about it material stuff. It was so important. So there was no taste for me after I been with Prabhupada and Srimad. There was no taste. Actually, I saw this blessing that Krishna took me away, this taste of his material. After that, when I was young, I was a good footballer. I play football. I like sport. I like to watching many of the sport Olympic Games, Champions League, whatever I like to watch, but I don't have taste anymore for that because I said it's totally useless. It's just permanent joy. Then, after that, nothing stays. Like you eat something and after that you don't have taste in your mouth. That's my experience in material. Maybe you think that you enjoy, but later nothing stays in your heart. But in Bhakti Yoga, everything stays in your heart all the time and just growing. And you feel happiness. Maybe in the state of mind you don't feel, understand that, but later somehow all of you feel when you took in your side, you see joy, happiness, that you're doing something very, very special, very good, very important. Not just for you, but for the whole world, for next generations. Whatever we do here, it will stay for next generations. Because this stays, this knowledge stays. It will never disappear because it's Sanatana Dharma. It's Satchitananda. It's forever. So my experience was that that nothing was important in that kind of level when I was. No children, no parents, no friends, no nothing, just me and Krishna and Srimad, me and Prabhupada. I was naked before them. And my feelings, only feelings are between us. So somehow we can see that those feelings are even between us, but we do with each other with devotional service. This stays forever. Even my generation of devotees, I remember that sometimes we hear each other. It was 30 years ago. And I remember that when we getting together, always comes out from our hearts those feelings, those things where we do together in devotional service after 30 years. Nothing else. Nothing material was important. So when I connect these things, then I understand that whatever we do spiritually in Bhakti Yoga, it stays forever. We can stop, we can leave the body, but these things will go with our subtle body, the next body. It cannot vanish. This body will vanish, but things we do, things we experience, go with us all the time. Even we can see in this life, we take experience from our youth body to older body. This experience stay, even in this life. So, like we go from 1 second to another, to 1 minute to another, 1 hour to 1 day to another, it's the same. But people cannot understand this because the problem is the quantity. They understand this changing of, this passing through time, passing through moments, but they cannot understand the passing through body to body. That's the problem, because it's far out for them. It's too much for them. It's like, this story about two frogs in the kako se reče vodnjak, kriopala? Vodnjak, kako se reče? Kako? Dwell. You know this story about two frogs in Dwell. They cannot measure the ocean. It's too much big. So, and I understand now that those things in this level is so big, it's not measurable for our senses, our mind.
Did Prabhupada the same tell you something about your own future? Will you go back to Godhead after this life or something?
No, because like I said, probably it's not important that for me it's important for the whole world that we should stand together. Krishna will give us everything. But if he will not give somebody something if they not appreciate, not see the value of this, because even if it give us, we'll not use it well. So we should understand that this is very important that we stand together, not just for us, not for our pleasure, but pleasure we can stand for other people outside. This is very important to really understand that only bhakti care, only love between each other will bring others to join us in the masses, because we will need them in the future. Especially our children in the moment, they look us, they look us what we do, how we behave each other, and they will multiply things. If we are treat each other bad, they will multiply bad. If we treat each other good with love, they will multiply this. So we have to be careful what we do with them, how we show them our way of doing bhakti. This was Prabhupada's wish. Prabhupada said to his disciple that you will show me how you love me, with how you treat each other. So how we love Prabhupada? If we love Prabhupada, we'll treat each other with love and compassion, with tolerance. So even Chaitanya, he leave us this 8th verse. Please help me, I forgot. But Shikshashtaka, yes. So only 8 verse. The Supreme Personality of God lived only 8 verse. But in this 8 verse is everything. But this essence of this is this relationship between others. This is the main point. of everything what you do. Maybe I repeat this constantly, but this is the main point, that we should treat each other differently. We should start to understand that we're sitting, we are here in front of the Lord, of Srimad, and if we are, we cannot hide anything from Him. No, we cannot fake from Him. So there is no fake in Bhakti Yoga. We can do fake, but there is no use. We just waste of. We not waste of time, but we waste our energy and other things. So I think that Prabhupada really wants us to be loving each other. This is his main wish. Because I know that he said, before you become devotee, become human. Try to be human. Then devotee. Because in this age, everybody can sing holy name, because this is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But to become a loving person, that's a different story. You have to understand this knowledge, implement in a practical way. That whatever we do, we make prasad, we sing holy name, reading, it's all about to making love, to making our love in our hearts. Because we are beings of love. We are particle. Krishna is love. And we are just little particle of love. So we are little suns. So what is the main point of sun? To get warm and shiny. So that we have to do to give other people. And everything will multiply. Like I said in the holy name. When somebody sing holy name with faith, it multiplies by 1,000. That's Prabhupada said. And we don't aware that. We're doing, but because of we are learn that, okay, everybody doing, I will do it. That's okay. But the point is that we should try to reach this holy name and feel this sweetness. Then we get, that this faith will multiply. Okay, what I'm doing that. What is the essence of singing holy name? So the essence is that people get this love. I want to give them what I experience. I want to give them what Prabhupada gives me. Prabhupada gives me love to Krishna. I want to give the people. Because I was happy when I reached that thing. I want to give the others the same way. So, of course, we are not Prabhupada, but we can follow the steps of Acharyas and Prabhupada, or our Guru. It doesn't matter if you're big or small, you can do 100%. Like when Hanuman, the story, when Hanuman built the bridge from Chandra to Lanka. And one it was an ant or spider came to help. And Hanuman said, please, get away, you're on my way. You're not helping me. And then Ramachandra said, no, he's the same value like you. He's small, but he gives 100% what he do, what he cannot do, what he can do. So let him do his part. So we are small, but we can do 108% per moment for people. It doesn't matter, because you will multiply. So maybe you are small, but you can, if you convince one person to join, it is perfection. Your life is perfection, to become perfection, because you save one soul. So you were included in this parampara system. You become a Vartanpashtaka guru for this person. You give them Krishna. So, and then you include him to be the same like we are now. We're doing now. In this system, parampara. So this is like a cable of electrician, Electrician goes through. All feel this love. This is the most enjoyable things I ever experienced in my life, that I can give Krishna to someone else. This is my experience, I don't know. But I think that you feel the same. Of course, in this state we are selfish, because we are in these bodies, we have this material mind, and especially false ego. This is the worst enemy of us. But it doesn't matter. But actually, Krishna help us with devotional service that we lose this selfishness. This is our main goal, to lose this selfishness. Then we can see ourselves, our real pictures of ourselves, inner picture, who we are, what we are doing. Without eyes, with these eyes, heart's eyes. And more we are doing that, more these pictures showing to us. So, thank you very much for listening to me. I'm sorry if you don't understand me quite well, but I think I make my point. So thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
So keep continue, you're fighters. And this is the fortress who protect all Europe. We are blessed that we have you. I'm praying for you all the time, so I'll continue praying. We need you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Prabhupada ki.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.